After yet another mass shooting in the US, it's tempting to believe that our politicians and corporate media actually care. They don't. Sure, they might care superficially, in the same way some fabulously wealthy reality TV star might express concern for a homeless person having a seizure next to their phantom Rolls-Royce. But this is just to keep up appearances, to appear human. The truth is, our system is rotten to the core, it breeds violence, and our politicians and media help to perpetuate it. They are willfully ignorant of the ugly reality of life for tens of millions of Americans and cannot honestly report on it. Doing so would expose our entire system as a sham. Instead, with every shooting, the pundits can only shake their heads and ask the same hollow question. How could it happen again? They then pay tribute to the victims, paint the killers as evil, and endlessly opine over superfluous details. But they never get to the heart of the story, which is: America, at present, is a failed state, a corporate oligarchy, masquerading as a democracy, unable to protect its citizens from its craven politicians and the financial institutions that appoint them. The Republican and Democrat parties are not different sides of the same coin, they are two heads of the same hydra. They both exist to perpetuate the status quo and to keep the American people in a state of fear, insecurity, and economic servitude, and to divert their attention from what's going on behind closed doors. So, instead of honesty, we get a daily diet of distraction and avoidance to escape accountability. The network's sole objective is to divide the races, divide the poor and the middle class, and divide people by age and sexual orientation. The ugly truth: the billionaires, our corporate media, our Hollywood heroes, the politicians you vote for, whether Trump, Biden, the Republicans, the Democrats. They all absolutely hate your guts. They exist solely to protect the interests of the corporate state, and the fabulously wealthy. They require the populace be stupid, greedy, short of memory, consumed by all things superficial, and dead broke. They need the young men of this country working on their biceps and jujitsu, and the young women shaking their asses for empty-headed Instagram stories. They want people to be callous, hateful, self-absorbed, so consumed and dumbed down by celebrity culture, they are blind to what goes on in DC, and how badly they've been exploited economically. The result is a population that is angry, frustrated and searching for someone to blame. Unfortunately, that's too often the wrong people. Every day, the poor get poorer, and the rich get richer. Ordinary Americans are subjected to staggering levels of wealth inequality, they are overworked, underpaid, underappreciated, and sold a line of bullshit from every celebrity, corporation, and politician about what a terrific country it is, when it's not. Worse, perhaps 65% of Americans are penniless, in dire need of immediate mental help, are as emotionally developed as 8-year-olds, and have sub-60 IQs. They feel like rats in a cage. The hopelessness and despair engulfing our populace runs as deep as the Mariana Trench. The only thing left that we manufacture in the US is hate, violence, and consent for our foreign wars. So, in times like these, it's important to remember that the media is not our friend. They might appear to want to make sense of what happened, to cry with the victims' families, or to demand justice. But they are simply here to exploit our pain for ratings and profit, and skewer the narrative in a direction that's favorable to the billionaire class. So instead of turning to them for answers, we need to start looking elsewhere. Americans need to come together, reject our corporate media, our Hollywood heroes, and never vote for another Democrat or Republican ever again.